Okay, my third and final part of my response to Osama bin Laden's death. My good friend Kelly, who I was talking to about the first time I talked about the death of Osama bin Laden the other day, Kelly did make a point that is very interesting that people like Osama bin Laden wasn't like this at first. That not exactly not all people decide just hate a country so much demise and want bloodshed on the soil. So I think I feel it's just simply psychological from out of Kelly's point that it's about Osama bin Laden. I think it's just what happened with Osama bin Laden throughout his life that psychologically for so long that somehow something happened through his life to decide to have so much hatred and target America in the name of Allah. Um, and this whole holy war psyche and his philosophy about it. And technically, I think it's a somewhat of the same thing, the same psychological mental illness with Osama bin Laden. It's the same concept with, for example, the many shootings in public places from the past few decades. For example, like Columbine to Fort Hood to the Virginia Tech to Northern Illinois University in malls, churches, um, and so on and so forth. That these shootings been happening, and just recently, with a few months ago, with Jared Loughner in Tucson, that it's all mentally the issue of mental illness, that many mental issues that a person go through, that a person just mentally snaps and become who they become of killing innocent people in the process. And I feel it's the same. I feel the same way with Osama bin Laden, that some whatever happened to his throughout his life uh, caused him to become a leader of Al Qaeda. And just the other day, I seen a special report of some sort of special documentary thing on CNN called "The In the Footsteps of Bin Laden." Uh, Talked about all the stuff that he went. I'm sorry, the life of Bin Laden. Literally talk about the footsteps of Bin Laden, whatever. And one of the information I heard that he was technically he's a statistic technically from he was raised by at first two parents, but then his father left him by divorce and something like that, and throughout his life he was on his own somewhat. And even though he had many brothers and sisters, but yet he was really on his own. And that could that and I guess that seems to me that Osama bin Laden was literally a statistic of being raised by a single parent, but yet technically many people in this country of that statistic of children being raised by a single parent, they don't end up. Okay, there are some of them who go off track and live life of crime or whatever, but yet there are some people, and technically myself, I'm one of that statistic. I was raised by a single parent, but yet you don't see me running around becoming just being crazy and all that stuff. Um, and I guess that I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. I think what really simply caused Osama bin Laden to mentally snap somewhat to become a leader of a holy war of becoming the leader of Al Qaeda was, as I heard, I didn't know about this information until the other day, that a few decades ago, the Soviet Union had a invasion in the Middle East. I think it was Afghanistan, if I got it right. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. The Soviet Union, which is technically Russia, had an invasion, and Osama bin Laden had a couple recruitments to fight against the Soviet Union. And also, I didn't know that the United States was funding the invasion towards the United States was funding of Soviet Union's invasion in the Middle East, and also tragically, the United States made a tag team with the Soviet Union with this from the invasion. So, and tragically, that has created Al Qaeda that we now know today. And I guess that out of a far-fetched concept that has simply caused Osama bin Laden to transform him to become who he is today, but he had no, since he's dead. I guess that's it. But yeah, I'd like to make one last point for my final part of Osama bin Laden's death. Is I would like, on behalf of myself, the United States of America, I would like to thank the 6 U.S. Navy SEALs who have successfully killed the leader of Al Qaeda, the man who was responsible for 9/11, Osama bin Laden. I salute to you, those you 6 Navy SEALs, those 6 U.S. Navy SEALs of successfully killing Osama bin Laden. I would like to thank you on behalf of myself and the United States of America. Thank you, and thank you for your service, and keep up the good work. And also, I'd like to thank President Barack Obama for implementing the mission of, technically continuing the mission of, and ending the mission to either capture or kill Osama bin Laden. And even though technically George W. Bush was the person who made the official launch somewhat of either we should capture or kill Osama bin Laden. So technically, George W. Bush was the person who started it, but yet President Barack Obama was the person who ended it. So, guess that's it. So, thank you. God bless you. And I'm sorry. Thank you. God bless you. May God bless the United States of America. So, thank you.